Okay, today we had a call. We got a call about this TV that the cable is going in and out, which means the descriptions of the work order says that the image would actually go in and out as far as whatever channels the guest is watching. We go to regular screen and to black screen. So they, in their descriptions, they mentioned that they believe there's a problem with the coax cable itself. So we're gonna go ahead and the first thing we would do, we're gonna turn the TV on and see what's going on. Power button right there. Okay, so what we're dealing with the Upstart TV. So that's the brand right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's Upstart TV. So once we do that, so we can see, we're gonna use the remote to kind of flip the channel. We're using the remote, and it's basically set up on, I guess, Spanish. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and put it with the HDMI cord. We're in the back of the TV right now. As we can see, the TV, this is the HDMI cord. The port that it's plugged in is 2. We got 1. Okay. Down here we got 2, then we got 3. So we're gonna make sure that it's in there. Take it out. Should be, make sure it's in there. And then that's the cable box. Of course, they are dealing with Xfinity Comcast, which what we're gonna do is just make sure we check the same thing with it's in right there. But you don't have to worry about this thing being in the wrong spot, because usually there's only one spot for HDMI. And make sure there's nothing damaged. It looks pretty good. Insert it back in there. Make sure it's snug real good. You don't have to push it too much. When it's in there, you'll know, because it should. You can tell it's in there. And make sure our cable box power on. And as far as our coax cable, we make sure that's tight. We make sure. Okay, there's no problem here. Follow the wires all the way to the wall, and make sure that's not loose, and make sure that's real tight. This is not loose. And our next thing, after we check everything as far as the TV and the cable box, we're gonna have to open that up, see if there's anything wrong with the wire itself. Okay, so for now we're just gonna make sure that's tight. Okay, we follow our wires, everything is good, nothing is damaged. Okay, and we're gonna get out. As far as the TV, we still get the blue screens are there for our cable box. It's not hooked up. As far as the TV is not connected to the cable box. There's no signal. So see, I don't know if you can see the blue light, but as indicate, our cable box is on. See the little green light? I'm sorry, not blue light, the little green light. So we know our cable box is on. And what we can do, we're gonna turn it off. Okay, we'll wait for a few seconds. And we turn it back on. If that doesn't work, we're just gonna unplug everything, all the wires from the cable box, and turn it off. And then, wait for a few seconds and turn it back on. If what I'm doing right now doesn't work, I'm just going with the easy way. You always have to start with the easy option first, and as you go along, you know, if every time you try something it doesn't work, then you go to something harder until you know you get to the bottom of the problems. Alright, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do it manually. We're not gonna do it with the remote. We're gonna do it manually. We're gonna select what I'm doing. What I'm playing with the buttons or the keys, and I'm gonna have you watch what's going on. So we're gonna select another HDMI. Okay, so we're going to. Oh, we gotta do it fast. We're going to. That's not what we want. We select 3. Okay. And then when we select 3, we're gonna go in the back. We're gonna go in the back and change the wires. HDMI wire on 3. Okay. And we know our box is on, because our green light is on. Okay. So now the fact that we know that our HDMI is set up on 3, so we should have something. If we don't have anything, then we're gonna do it again. Okay, we just saw something. So now let's change the channel. See with the remote. I had to move around because the cable box was facing the wrong way, so alright, so now we had something, we saw something, so therefore we're gonna try, before we go any deeper, we're gonna try HDMI 1, which is port 1, and if that doesn't work, then we're gonna go a little deeper. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, unplug it from HDMI port 3 and plug it underneath here. Okay. And we're gonna go and set it up, set the TV on HDMI port 1. Okay. We have the TV. Alright. So this is HDMI port 1. This is right there. So we have nothing. We still got a blue screen. Okay. Alright, now we're in the back of the TV. Box and the TV. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna unplug the power, unplug the cable, HDMI, and unplug the cable. Okay, so now before we determine whether or not if the cable wire is something wrong with it or damaged from the wall, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get another cable box and plug the cable box. Plug the cable wire to the cable box and determine whether or not but make sure the other cable box we're gonna try to find, make sure it works. So we're gonna make sure it works first from the other room that we're gonna get it from. Once we determine that the cable works and running, so we're gonna bring it here and then plug everything to that cable box. And if that works, so we know there's a problem with this cable box. If it doesn't work, so we know there's definitely a problem with our cable. Okay. Alright, we have a cable box from another room, so we made sure that this cable box is actually working. Okay, so what we're gonna do, as we mentioned before, we're gonna plug everything back. The same wires that we took from this box, we're gonna transfer everything here. first, this option is only it's easy when you have more than one cable box, but if you don't have that option as far as having more than one cable box, you would have to go straight to the third option, which is go to the wall and take the cover out and undo all the wires and find out what's going on with your wires. But we were fortunate enough to have that option, so we plug everything back together and make sure cable box is on.
Well said. Gary Cohn, thank you so much for coming on and clearing up some of those numbers for us.
So therefore,
my pleasure. Thanks for having me. A lot more debates coming up on this. In the meantime, a top Facebook executive now taking...
So that fixed the problem. Usually it would do that because the cable box will it takes time sometimes to boot up and able to work normally the right way. So now here we go. So we just fix our problem. Okay. Some of the channels we will say to be announced or whatever message he will throw. But once the cable box is fully in operation, then you shouldn't have any problem with it. Okay, as I'm just flipping with the remote, and they don't have all the channels, so.
Still to come, footage from the shuttle taken during a secret mission reveals unidentified objects flying away from the Earth. They are going beyond expectations because our pets deserve it. Beyond.
Alright, volume works, channel works. So this was one of the easy way to determine whether or not if your cable box is a problem or your cable wires is the problem. So first you start with the small things first, and as you go in with the small things and whatever you try, if it doesn't work, then you gradually change ideas and find out, what's your next thing to do. So, but I was fortunate enough, as I mentioned before, to try another cable box. Okay, not everybody will have that option, but if you don't have that option as far as trying another cable box before you try to determine whether or not if your cable wire is no good, then you go straight to your wires and do that. Okay, and then take these screws out and then take the cover off and find out whether or not if your cable line itself, something's wrong with it. And if it looks good, then you make sure you call your cable provider, if it's Comcast or whichever one. Once you find out inside that box your wires are good, okay, then you gotta call your cable provider. All right.